So anyway, that's when I had to turn around, shove the hand grenade down his throat, and I obviously pulled the pin, and that was the end of it.
No,
Hello?
Still can't hear. Hang on. Right. Okay.
Hello?
Right now. Good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Siobhan, can you hear me? It's Dr. Sinister.
Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Sinister.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Hello there, welcome to the Flushing Blood podcast, a different sound setup, I'm afraid. Look at the country t-shirt. Anyway, I've had a haircut, and with me is, well, name yourself.
I had a haircut yesterday.
Which one?
You can't see it, it's at the back.
Okay. It's Christmas.
My Secret Santa present.
My annual bottle of port.
Oh, okay. Is it stormy outside then?
This isn't just any port.
I was going to say, any port in a storm.
I love port, which is why I stay well away from it. Except for Christmas. Hello, Coco. Coco's joining us for this, apparently.
Excellent.
Yes, how have you been?
Have bloody busy, and I've been so busy doing real life stuff. I haven't really been in the vibe for doing these, so I've
noticed.
I've just been coming home and monging out in front of computer games.
Yes, so we'll be talking about computer games very, very shortly.
Just because I needed to.
However, I do need to ask, what sinister thing have you been up to in a sinister fashion?
Perhaps it's not too early to introduce people to something I have been up to recently.
Sinisterly?
Very sinisterly, indeed, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, one sec. There you go.
What are you doing? Oh, a monkey!
It's not just a monkey.
Oh, go on.
He's an augmented monkey.
Oh, wow, what's he do?
What does he do? He talks.
What's his name?
His name, he doesn't actually have a name. We just give him the name of Experiment 27.
Experiment 27.
Yeah.
And he talks. Hello, Experiment 27. How are you?
Ah. He's lost his voice.
It's a bit unfortunate, really, isn't it?
Very unfortunate for the world's first talking monkey.
I think you're going to have to possibly have a word with the staff.
I can feel an Experiment 28 coming on.
No! Good little monkey.
That's right, he doesn't mind, does he?
As long as it's female.
Pardon?
As long as it's female?
This one?
No, Experiment 28.
Well, he wouldn't be around to see it.
Well, I think you should voice some concern, Experiment 27.
You can't. There you go.
Clean up the mess. Anyway, you see, I thought you might have been fiddling with various countries' internets.
Well, you might think that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, your friend, colleague, and main rival, Dr. Evil, has beaten you to it by doing a public broadcast about it, which was very, very funny. I don't think he expected it to be very, very funny, but it was very, very funny indeed. Yes. So it's, that is one cute experiment.
Oh, you should see the back of his head.
Do I want to see the back of his head?
No, it's sort of wires and things.
Right, okay. Omega You remember Omega?
Yes, we remember Omega, don't we? Well, you don't. You weren't around at the time.
Just a batch of cells floating around in a petri dish. That's so 80s. Omega has unfortunately become the chew toy of Trixie.
Is he dead?
No, he's still in one piece for the moment, but she loves sort of walking along with him in her mouth, and she'll chew him a bit and nuzzle him and
Shall I send you this one?
yeah, you'd be looked after. Yes, you would. That would be cool. I ate that duck. Anyway. And now, from the world of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Christmas. That was uncanny. How did you do that with no one noticing?
Who knows?
Right, well, it's not really Doctor Who. It's Christmassy. So we're going to discuss Christmas things and games and stuff. I can put on my Christmas fez.
Go on then.
Can't, I'm wearing headphones.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Do you want to see my new scarf?
oh, please, yes. You're going to make me sick, aren't you?
Got to go and get it.
Have you? This wasn't thought through, really, was it?
No, not really.
Why have animal on your... Now, what is this one? Is it a series 12 or is it a series 16, 17?
16, 17.
Oh, I hate you so much. I badly want one of those.
It's very
'Cause
nice.
they are very good indeed.
18 feet, apparently.
Yeah. When you loop it, how far down to your knees does it go? Does the loop go?
Well, I'm quite tall. I don't, to be honest with you, I know the knee thing is how it should be worn, but I don't like wearing it like that. I'd kind of loop it just about here.
Right, and where do the ends go?
Depends. Sometimes I'll have both ends at the front. Sometimes I'll have one end at the front
Ooh, ooh,
and another end at the back.
that's a bit warm.
Yeah,
No, they are very nice scarves.
very
Fezes.
soft.
I badly need to get one of those.
Yeah,
Comes to 70 quid.
I've retired my old scarf because it, despite best endeavours, after 20 odd years, it keeps getting holes in it.
Excuse me, that's nice pork.
Because I have 4 scarves now.
I've got 2. My Series 18 and my Series 16.
Not sure if the tassels are accurate.
Most of it is. I'm checking the scarf group, and they're very impressed by it. The colours, one of the colours is very slightly off, apparently.
The brown.
I don't know. But,
I'm really impressed with this one.
no, you should be. You should be. I badly want one. Trouble is it's 70 quid.
Yeah.
However, it's Christmas, readers.
Thinking of buying the other one that they do, the £50 one. The
Series 12.
yeah.
Yes, I need one of those as well. Also, someone I know is going to be knitting me a Series 15. I think,
Is that the super wide one?
yeah, the Invasion of Time, Underworld, and Image of the Fendal. But that'll be next year. To go with my new coat.
Got some new Daleks as well.
Yes, I have a new Dalek.
Go on then.
Oh, do you want to show yours? You've got lots more than I have.
I've got lots. So first of all,
I hate you so much. Flaunting your Daleks at me.
these 3 were in a set.
Why have you got Teletubbies? And why are they bent?
I know, it's a bit annoying that they were like that in the package.
They're Teletubbies. Hot
This is
water.
the,
Hot water.
these are Asylum Daleks. A little stampy thing on. This one does talking.
Ah!
And lots of other things. Here's something interesting though, right?
Yes. Ugh.
What sort of Dalek's that?
Well, it should be a Dalek Supreme.
So, I find it interesting that a Dalek Supreme was in the Dalek Asylum.
Well, one got destroyed as well, if you remember rightly. If you remember the Wedding of River song.
It's obviously the Daleks aren't above deposing their emperors and dumping them in the loony bin.
Well, remember, the Dalek Supreme isn't in charge. Currently, it's the Dalek Prime Minister.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
And remember, it was the Supreme Council. Back in Planet of the Daleks.
Well, they've had different power structures. They've had emperors, they've had Dalek Supremes, they've had a council, they've got a parliament. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, it's whatever. Whoever writes it thinks. Anyway, so I got a Dalek for Christmas. When we meet up on Sunday lunchtime, so just before Christmas, we give each other presents and open them.
Yeah.
Daleks are the supreme beings in the universe.
Got one of those somewhere.
It's a Planet of the Dalek. Well, apparently Planet of the Daleks. I was comparing it to the 3 Genesis Daleks I've got.
Yep.
And it's a bit darker, but it's still not 100% right. Now, unfortunately, my OCD has now kicked in. So I have to do this.
Daleks are the supreme beings in the universe.
That's the wrong one. Hang on.
Daleks are the supreme beings in the universe.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So
may now continue.
let me just get this straight.
Hello, yes.
You keep all of your Dalek voices synchronized.
Ooh. It's the same with my movie Daleks.
Why?
Why not?
I've got some others. Smaller scale now.
Ooh. Oh, that's one of the small ones.
Yeah.
Is it a solo edition, or
That came on its own.
is it Wave 3, or
It's a Wave 3, yes.
does it have? What does it say on the back about the rest of Wave 3s?
No other Daleks listed. Because apparently I have seen a TV advert for the Gold Day of the Daleks Dalek.
Yeah. Well, it's yes.
No,
it's
no.
there with the.
No, it's the Gold Day of the Daleks Dalek because it's not this one.
Hang on. Let's just have a quick look. Is that silver on it on the back on the waistband?
Yeah,
Yeah, that is from Children of the Revolution.
yeah. They are apparently doing a 3.5-inch version of the one you have in your hand.
Pay no attention.
So anyway,
I was never.
these two were in a set.
Yeah, Lee Sullivan's over the moon about this.
Is he? Is he getting lots of money?
No, I'm getting fuck all.
Oh. Then why is he in his lunar orbit about this?
Well, he basically put them together on the comic strip, you know.
Okay.
It was his alpha, as he calls it.
This next set was interesting.
Yes, of course. Yeah, 2 Emperor's Guards one. You see, I've never been 100% over the moon with the whole Emperor's Guard thing. Just, I'd rather have the silver Daleks.
Well, what exactly? Why didn't they do one of each colour? You know, one Emperor's Guard and one normal one.
Didn't you have a silver one? Haven't you got an entirely silver one?
Not the only one I've got is that one
Okay, right.
with the thingy.
Yeah, I think.
I've got in the other
Oh,
size,
decent. Well, no, don't worry about the other size.
and then you've got these.
Yeah, you see, that one is wrong.
Yeah, you said the globes are wrong.
The globe should be blue, and the neck section, I think, should be silver. And also, it should have blue underneath the silver slats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Well, look at
The thing with these
Yes.
Daleks is though is these ones that they don't have the mesh.
Well, no, they don't. But they could still have done. I mean, for example, the box in between, blue.
I see what you mean. I gotcha.
All right, this is the pilot, but it's the same, you know. So,
I think that's it for Daleks.
thank God for that. I am incredibly jealous. You know that.
I understand you too have been visited by the Dalek delivery service recently.
I have. Apart from the Planet of the Daleks Dalek, the Dalek delivery service.
They're terribly
Also,
efficient, aren't they?
they are. They turned up at 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Those things are a pain in the arse.
Well, you're obviously using them wrong.
But
Yes, it's the Dalek. Now, according to War of the Daleks, not War of the Daleks, sorry. That was a game and a very bad novel. Engines of War. These are one of the Skaro degradations, but I'm not so certain. Also, it should technically have 3 Daleks in it. However, it's got one. We've done this on the show before. It's this beautiful pilot Dalek, 3.5-inch range, which slides in there. And quite frankly, you heard it here first. Hang on. All the panels are coming off!
They do that.
I'd noticed. Try putting them on different ones. There we go. Not funny. Get on there. Get on there. Right. Okay. Like I say, I mean, we got these. Character options. We're going to be having words.
Yep.
Yes. But it is lovely. All of this is lovely. I need a hoverbout now.
I've got one of those.
Yes, I know you do. But yes, I always told my friends, if in doubt, just get me a Dalek. I'll always be happy with a Dalek. A proper Dalek, not a Teletubby.
Talking of Daleks.
Yes. Were we?
I've built a Dalek.
Yes, you have. And very impressive it is, too. Is it in real life?
No.
Right. Okay, go on.
So I've been playing this game which I got off Steam called Space Engineers.
Which is very expensive.
No, it's about 15 quid.
Which is very expensive. Carry on.
And it's this game's officially still in. It's either I think it's actually officially still in alpha.
Righty-ho. How apt.
And exactly, and essentially it's sold several 100,000 copies, I believe. Just written by this guy by himself. It's like a space version of Minecraft.
It's Minecraft in space,
but with significantly better graphics, I have to say.
Yeah, thank God for that.
I hate Minecraft's, retro 8-bit. It just hurts my eyes. Anyway, so last week I built myself a massive TARDIS.
Really, Joe?
Really good big and this week I thought I'm going to do a Dalek. So I started off.
Should have got some Stilton, but I have some.
My Mark 1 Dalek was a failure.
Was that a clam?
I was building it from the bottom.
Was that a clam or a skateboard?
And I got to the net, and it all went to pieces. But I did learn a number of significantly useful lessons from that. So what I did for the second one was I took the side view of a Dalek, and I essentially plotted out with the blocks an actual kind of cutaway view, and I used that to build. Well, actually, started from the top this time. I was cursing Mr. Cusick for several days.
He was cursing there in Ahern.
The back, the sides, piece of piss. But the front, those front 3 panels that what a bloody nightmare. Especially when you're stuck with cubes or triangular blocks, and you can't mess with the angles as you. Anyway, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out.
Well, I think you should be. Now, is there any way you can show people not just the actual thing in space, but the scale of it and maybe the inside? Yeah,
so what I'll do is I'll bung some pictures up, so essentially this I've done it as you have 3 options in this game. You can do a small ship, a large ship, or a space station. So I've done it as a space station. I can convert it to a spaceship and give it engines and stuff, but it's just a space station. But at the moment, it's got a full interior. You can walk around inside this thing. If it was a real size thing, it would be probably about 200 feet tall.
Now, is this MMO or is this just solo?
You can do multiplayer, but essentially there's 2 modes to this game. Survival mode, which I don't play, and creative mode, where you just build whatever you like.
Well, I would suggest building a Dalek saucer. And then going and taking it in and kicking the living crap out of everything else.
Yeah.
There's a dream for you.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can do multiplayer, and you can sort of smash spaceships into each other. And I found some beautiful spaceships online. I found someone had done the Liberator from Blake 7.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Really, really nice. Someone's done a few Star Trek ships. They've actually put 2 in a collision course, and you just jump into the thing and you can smash them together. And there's quite a nice collision model in the game. Mm-hmm. But I've shared my Dalek. I'll put a linky up in the show notes because it'll be a bit too meaningless to show.
And what is the game called again, please?
It's called Space Engineers.
Excellent.
And
available on Steam.
Available on Steam, and it gets updated at least once a week at the moment.
Brilliant.
So it's not even the final game, but people are raving about this, and it's a fun, relaxing game to play. You don't have to, fight other people in it. You don't have to build things and smash them into each other. You can just sit there and build something.
Perfect game for you, to be honest with you.
And I've coloured it. The Dalek that I've built in the game, I've made it an Imperial Dalek, just because the colours look so nice in the game, gold and white.
Against black space.
Yeah, it looks cool. So this was kind of my template.
Fair enough. Now, I've been playing a game.
Yeah.
A game that is called. I'm going to find it now. It's here somewhere. Robocraft.
Okay.
Sort of similar-ish. A bit similar to the World of Tanks, to be honest with you. You start off with a single platform with several guns on it. It's movable, it's mobile, and you go into battlefields and you shoot lasers, pew 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 pew, and you earn stuff and points, and you can slowly build it up, putting blocks in, and you can build your own vehicle with lots of guns and this, that, and the other, and it's fun. It's very smooth. Again, this is another one that I think is in alpha, possibly is on early access. World of Tanks, that's just had patch 9.5, with a new tree for British tanks, including the Sherman Firefly, as well as some brilliant tank destroyers, which are evil, and a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to work towards getting those. What else have we got? World of Warcraft. I've gone back to World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
On the Wildhammer server, you're looking for Garen, or at the moment Judderman, one word. It's a lot simpler to play if that's possible. It's fun. They've got their whole garrison thing there now, where you build your own fort, garrison, whatever you want to call it, and you become completely self-sufficient.
Actually, I quite like the sound of that.
You get your own companions again.
Yeah.
You get followers. You've got to build them up and build up the experience before they'll start following you around outside to do missions with you. But they go off, a bit like Star Wars, The Old Republic. They go off and do missions. But eventually they will follow you out and quest with you. You can also call in the entire garrison to kick the living crap out of something, which is fun. I like it. Yeah, so you've got this big, huge area with lots of buildings and engineering, enchanting a bank, herbalism, all the sort of trades that you need. And eventually you will become self-sufficient. It's a lot of fun, and like I say, it's become a lot easier. It's very easy to begin. I mean, it always was, quite frankly, but now it's even easier.
Can you build walls and stuff around your base?
No, that's all automatic, unfortunately.
Oh.
It's fairly well set. You can choose which building goes where, but they're fixed points. Because I think they use multi-phasing thing, where you go into one particular area that's shared by thousands of people, but it's phased, so you only get your part.
Right.
But it is a lot of fun, in fairness. It's a giggle. And also, what's the other game? Oh, Marvel Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel Heroes have been doing an awful lot at Christmas. Something new every day. I got a Christmas Groot. Which is because they now have team-up companions, a companion that runs out with you and fights with you. So I've now got a Christmas Groot, which is Groot with Christmas lights on. Do you know what he says about that?
I am Christmas Groot?
I am Groot.
Okay.
Which is quite fun, because I team him up either with my Hulk, which has a Santa hat, or Daredevil, with a Christmas sweater and candy cane billy club. Yeah, it's getting lots of stuff. Plus now, when you log in there, you start. There's different things from when we were playing. You get every day you get something new. Second day in, you get 400 Eternity Splinters, so you can buy a new hero. Also, you get to try all the starter characters up to level 10. It's a lot of fun, an awful lot of fun. It's improved dramatically. I mean, it was good to start with, but now I've managed to get Nightcrawler now to level 44. I just chucked a load of experience boosts into Midtown, and it's or Banff in this case. It's level. Yeah, a lot of fun. Those 3 games again. World of Warcraft, you do need a subscription, though. You'll probably get 30 days free when you buy the original one. And World of Tanks and Marvel Heroes are free. So there.
I've been playing that.
What is that? It
It's,
looks like Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth to me.
Yes, it is. It's really good. I've only won 1 game so far.
Righto.
This is primarily
Yes.
because I never bother to read any game manuals when I start a game.
You're a man.
Exactly, and therefore, because of my own lack of foresight, I found
Bruce?
it was quite a steep learning curve, because you just think to yourself, oh, it's just like Civ 5, you can just jump in. Yes, you can, but you will get kicked for it if you don't pay attention to what's going on. And because you're researching future technologies, obviously all of it is a bit kind of hand wavy. You don't really know what they are until you actually play it through a few times, you know? Also,
I had a future technology once.
oh yes. Also, in Civ 5, ultimately every player ends up with the same number of technologies. You work through and you get them all. Whereas in this thing, it's more like a web. You go off on branches.
That sounds right, yeah.
And you end up in different places. There isn't really any practical way of getting every single technology, nor would you want to do so. Plus, the final thing is that you know how I play these games. I like to conquer stuff.
Yes, I'd gathered that, yes.
It's not really designed for that. You can do it, but it's not really. There are other ways of winning which it's more geared towards. Military conquest is, of course, possible. So hence I was getting my ass kicked quite a few times because I was just fielding an army, going out there and not realising...
Die, minions!
Yeah.
The purpose of guards is to die, so die!
But it's a really good game. I've been enjoying it a lot.
That's
so
good.
that and Space Engineers and and another thing, I saw a film today.
No.
And it had a certain Mr. P. Capaldi in it.
No.
Indeed.
Were there marmalade sandwiches?
There were marmalade sandwiches.
Marmalade sandwiches. Give us the Dr. Sinister review of Paddington.
Really enjoyed it. Went with the whole family.
Do they have the theme tune?
No.
What?
No,
What?
I said to my wife beforehand, will they have the theme tune? And they didn't. Mr. Capaldi was very good as Mr. Curry, although my wife thought he had a very dodgy English accent, but I thought it was alright. Really well done, and I could be mistaken, but I definitely detected a distinct number of digs against a certain political party that seems to be quite popular at the moment.
You mean the Greens?
No.
No, they're like the third part. Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
The standing at the back looking silly party.
The oh my god, what bollock have we dropped this week party.
We'll come back to that in a moment, but continue. Without giving any plot details.
I gotta say, this was Nicole Kidman looks gorgeous in it, by the way.
Random. Okay.
I gotta say, this was like this was a very British film.
Good, it should be.
It was, and it felt like an old-fashioned. Apart from the fact that it's got loads of CGI in it, because you need to with Paddington, it just felt like an old-fashioned Christmas film.
Brilliant.
It was nice. There was, moderate amount of peril, should we say?
Warning contains moderate peril.
Exactly. It was just it was really nice. I liked it.
Good. And when I say it should be British, well, I'm not trying to be hoity-toity in that particular party. It's just that Paddington is a very British institution. even though he comes from darkest Peru. Originally, you had the books, and then you had stories on Blue Peter, and in the Blue Peter Annual, or the Blue Peter book. And obviously, they had the animated 5-minute thing, which was narrated by Michael Hordern, who was incredibly British. Excuse me. And I'm really pleased that it's met with your approval.
And Michael Bond's in it.
Is he?
I think he's a man who plays a very small 3-second cameo waving at Paddington, who's in a taxi cab from a cafe.
Oh, that's sweet.
Matt Lucas is in it. He's very funny.
Okay, good.
He plays a cab driver.
Cool, blimey, governor, all right.
You've got it bang on. Yeah, it was really good.
Anyway.
However, it does sink one of my long-held theories.
Mm.
You see, when the aforementioned 5-minute thing was on in the 70s, I always suspected Mr. Gruber was an escaped Nazi war criminal.
Right.
But in this one, he's expressly come to Britain having escaped from the Nazis.
I always thought that about Mr. Gruber anyway.
What, that he'd escaped?
Actually, no, I didn't question his nationality at all. It was just Mr. Gruber.
It was just a snide little comment I used to make to myself that he was an escaped
Did
Nazi
you?
war
You made
criminal.
snide comments about Paddington.
Yeah.
Shame.
I remember once there was an episode where Paddington was on a building site and he left his marmalade on this thing that was lifting up bricks, and he went up to the foreman and said, "I've lost some chunks," and without any question whatsoever they started searching for these very valuable chunks without once asking what they were.
That just shows the sheer savvy of the British Navy.
Indeed.
See what I did there?
Good.
Yes. Anyway, we got a new section.
Oh.
We do, because I like making work for Sinister. You see, I decided to take the advice and the instruction from a legendary genius. As a result, I have decided to pity the fool.
But I pity the fool. Hey, I pity the fool. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Hey, I pity the fool. But I pity the fool. Well, I pity the fool. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Let me hear you say I pity the fool.
So I've asked people who deserves my pity. Which fools deserve my pity? So we'll go first of all to my Facebook page. Dale Who, spinster of this parish.
Hi, Dale.
Don't think he watches us, to be honest. Nominates Nigel Farage. You've heard of him.
Oh, Mr. Farage, poor little man.
Loudmouthed, racist, sexist,
Twat.
homophobic cunt. Boys and girls, if you're voting for them, you're voting for a Dalek. You're voting for exactly the same mentality. The deluded individual who thought Monty Python's Upper Class Twit of the Year was an aspirational guide to careers. Pity the fool. Are we going to pity the fool, Sinister? No, we're not, because we're not going to put a picture up of him.
Somebody once said, I read it recently,
Did you?
that let's all vote for UKIP because voting for a genocidal party after an economic downturn worked so well the last time.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to show a thing of him. Benjamin Francis Eliot wants my pity for the fools that are Lego.
Uh-huh.
For missing out on having Doctor Who sets by the launch of the Capaldi Doctor. So we shall pity the fool.
We will pity the fool.
Hey, I pity the fool.
Tim Jury, he's basically voting for that upper class twat. Okay, on the Flash and Blade podcast Facebook group thing, I've had 2 small glasses of port. I don't drink, you'd never know. Oh dear, Robert Hammond. Robert Hammond is from Auton. He writes books and used to do fanzines, and we like Rob. We prefer him to that awful Matt West person. In fact, Robert got married recently, a few days back. Well done, the pair of you.
We're not pitting him for that, are we?
Not to Matt West. That's a bad no. That's Milk
Move
Pub.
on. Move on.
He's pitying. No, I'm sorry about this, Sinister. This is probably going to make your computer eat itself.
Oh God.
He pities Madge Arwell.
Why?
For when she looks into the mirror every day and has all the horrors she has caused staring back at her idiot Bap face.
Okay. I'm gonna blackball. This is me
Are you blackballing?
blackballing,
That's a black dome.
blackdoming. I am not pitting Madge Arwell. Madge
No,
Arwell does not deserve pity.
No, I'm with you on this. She's evil, as you would say.
Evil incarnate.
Yes. So there. Robert Hammond, go away. Sit in a corner. And think
consider
about
your
what
sins.
it is that you have done.
You've let yourself down.
You've let me down. And quite frankly, you've let the entire internet down.
Yeah.
Rule 34 included.
Including North Korea.
Are they still on the internet?
Not today, they're not.
Oh, okay. Oh, that bloody thing. Sony, you f***ing wussers. Well, it wasn't Sony as such. It was all the theatres who pulled the film.
Do you know what I would have done if I'd been in Sony's position?
Nuke them?
No.
You would. You know you would.
I would have immediately,
That
and
the whole
without
business is fun.
fail,
Yeah.
released the film for free on every available platform in the world.
How do I put this? Tomorrow, Anonymous are doing that
Excellent.
to piss off the Republican Party.
Yeah,
GOP, that's right, isn't
if I was the CEO of Sony, I would think, okay, this is going to cost me money, all right. But imagine 2 fingers up to the people that have threatened them, just to say, okay, everyone who wants to see it can see it for free, no penalty. There you go.
I'd agree. See, the problem is people are worried that they'll attack not South Korea. That's the North Koreans, not Sony. That's the fear. South Korea is the weak spot.
South Korea, Seoul in particular, is within range of at least 15,000 pieces of North Korean artillery, which, if they opened up on the city, could flatten it in a day. That said, I think the North Koreans would be extremely foolish to commence a war. They know which side their bread's buttered, and they know it would be the end of their regime.
I get the feeling they're at a point where they don't care. I think possibly they might be mad enough to do it. That's the problem.
It is. You have to treat North Korea like it's a 2-year-old.
No other country would. Even Iran wouldn't.
You have to treat them like it's a 2-year-old. They spout lots of rhetoric, but most of
The
it's for
rhetoric
internal
is
consumption.
Brilliant. It's worthy of the Iraqi information minister. The rhetoric. It's going, no, there are no United States tanks in Iraq.
That is not a United States tank. Well, it is, but we just captured it. It is not firing on me.
America, well done, America, deciding to thaw relations with Cuba. They had a Democrat person from Congress on Channel 4 News who basically said, yes, we're going to do this. Isn't it wonderful? Because they've got new oil fields opening up.
Oh.
And our corporations are...
America's producing more oil than anybody else at the moment.
When are they going to learn? Sorry, I'm in the full pertwee here. When are they going to learn?
I got to laugh though about what Putin's done to himself.
He'll go blind, surely.
He's gambled his entire economy on the price of oil remaining high, and of course now he's got sanctions, and now the oil price has dropped through the floor, and his economy's in free fall. It's brilliant.
OPEC have turned around and said they're not going to drop the price.
Correct. Well, they're not ramping down production, so the price is low. They're maintaining production.
The trouble is we do hear a one-sided view of all this. Apparently, it's the biggest NATO build-up since the Cold War, and we're supporting very far-right groups in the Ukraine. It's not as black and white as we're led to believe.
Nothing ever is.
No, which is a shame. Which... Oh, good God, he's waving at me!
You still there then?
Yeah, he's been there all week. Not right, you know. Hey! What has Mr. Chris been up to this week?
Let's have a look.
Well,
Not surprised.
no, you haven't told me what it is yet. Which one is it?
I think he's on a sleigh.
Ah, Christmassy. That's nice. I like that. Now, things. I'm not sure when this show's going out. Depends just how busy Sin's decided to make himself. What the hell is that? Is that a sprout?
No, it's
A sprout on a stick?
This is actually how I feel about eating vegetables. Kind of keep it away from me as much as possible.
You and me both, quite frankly. So, yes, audio. If this might go out Christmas Eve, this might go out Boxing Day. Don't you dare put it out Christmas Day. You have a family.
I suspect it'll be after Christmas.
Fine, that's great. All right. So, yes, which means I can. Hang on. Can't hear you again. No. Let's see, you sound better that way. So I got this for Christmas.
I've got that.
Oh, I was hoping to make you go, ooh, and jealous. However, brilliant, fake comic cover for every month. Which, quite frankly, it looks brilliant. Hello, Scott Fuller. Now, there is another calendar out, and I would urge you to buy it. It's a cosplay calendar. And the money's going to a cancer charity. I'm sorry, it costs 15 quid. Production costs have to be taken out, because obviously the people who are printing it are not going to do it for free. But give me a second, I might even be able to tell you what the breakdown is of it. No, BSC charity. Hang on a second. That's Seasons of War. It's the Velindre Cancer Centre. Yes. That's what I could have sworn I saw. Anyway, I'm Little Miss April.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Is this got anything to do with the Easter thingy?
What, the picture of me as Series 18 Tom, which you put Easter eggs and lightning bolts around? That is the picture being used for April.
Do I have a credit?
I doubt it. I don't think anybody gets credits. But there's all sorts of different cosplayers. Scott Goodman, who does a superb Third Doctor, is March, with lots of Cybermen. Dale Smith, who does a brilliant Sixth Doctor, does a brilliant Fourth Doctor as well, is June. Can you see what we've done here? 8 and 9 are together, or 8 and the War Doctor, depends how you look at it. There's a brilliant one of the First Doctor and the 10th Planet Cyberman. It's a great little calendar. Full colour and you're basically donating to a good cause. And if you want to know how to get hold of one, just down there. Yes, please do. Please do. Right, there we go. So, hopefully you will have had the Christmas podcast featuring Steve, Ian, Dr. Sinister, who's inside my computer there, and me, screwing up Ian's Christmas conceit.
Mm-hmm.
In fairness, it was Steve who screwed it up first.
Yeah, that's where it all went wrong, really.
What, Steve opening his mouth? Yes. Yes, it did. Poor Ian, he was trying so hard to get that. Fool, do you know nothing? It's the flashing blade. So that should be out. On top of that, Pertwee and Joe, singing Do They Know It's Christmas, should be on this YouTube channel, this very YouTube channel. And also, Mr. Dalek goes for a... I've had port. Mr. Dalek goes for a glide, which is the very first Mr. Dalek story that Adam Purcell wrote from another website. All these years, I've been meaning to record it for him.
Was it for that one?
Yeah. First 23 were the best. Actually, in fairness, they weren't. It got better after the first 23. But it's all these years I've been narrating lots and lots of Mr. Dalek stories, and I never did the first one. And I finally got round to doing the first one, except because it was written. In fact, he even bought a Mr. Men book to get the tone of it right, to get it just. Because it was written like that, I couldn't exactly do it as me. So I've had to put on an Arthur Lowe impersonation. Whether I succeed or not is down to the individual who watches it. I put a video together for it. It'll also be on the podcast feed. It's our Christmas staff party with Staggering Stories, obviously. This is Lily, by the way. So, that was our year. Started with January, February came along. Then there was March. It dodgy around about the April time, but it happened.
I thought it was odd that April and May swapped places this year.
Did they? I didn't notice. God, I really don't take any notice of anything that doesn't concern me, does I? There's June and July. Always get those two mixed up. August happened along with September, not at the same time, I've noticed. Then there was October. It was a bit bolshy, I thought, if I'm honest with you. November, we like November.
The reason October was so bolshy is because it's the 10th month. But he's named,
he didn't want to go.
But he's named Oct for 8, so no wonder he's confused.
Oh dear, yes, no wonder. And November. I like November, it's my birthday. And then there's this month, December, which I like, except it means it's the end of December and it means January's starting. I'm not over fond of January. I don't like the start of a new year. Not because it's a new year, but it's very cold and bleak. January, February, March are a little bit... Give me autumn. Autumn and winter every time. I like that. So, what have you enjoyed most about this year? Oh, I think we've broken him. Wheel out another clone, please.
Sorting my life out.
Can't criticise that. Behind you 100%, you know that. You think that's the best thing you've done? I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying, is that what you think?
Yes.
Good.
My New Year's resolution was to stop apologising all the time.
Instead, you just nuke. Good. I'm pleased. Genuinely pleased. As for me, two best things. One less than the other. The lesser of the two is having Trixie, my little dog. But the best thing that very possibly has ever happened to me is having Echo in my life. For those of you who don't know, Echo is my other half, my bloke, my girlfriend. Don't ask. She's a non-transitioning female to male transgendered person. Now, if you would see the other eye from Sinister, you'd see they'd be crossing as you tried to work it out. I seem to remember Elizabeth, your wife, going, "What the hell is that all about? I don't understand." Don't worry about it. But Echo, she's more intelligent than me. She's kinder than me. She's wittier than me. And she gets me totally. I just have to see her face and I'm happy. I'm utterly and totally devoted to her. I love her so much. And her family are wonderful. She's got 2 kids. Kenzie, who's 17 now, and Jackie, who I think is 21, 22. Jackie's getting married to a lad called Mike, who's one hell of a bloke. He's great. Big Spider-Man fan.
Does he not like normal Spider-Man?
No, just Big Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I desperately wish I lived there with them. Oh, right, it's in America. But I wish I lived there in that house with them. Because it just looks brilliant. It really does. Plus I'll be with Echo. I'm completely smitten. Utterly, totally, head over and heels in love with her. Which means I will be moving to America at some stage, very probably. There's a chance Echo might move to Britain. Just waiting and see. Well, we're talking a few years down the line yet. But love is a wonderful thing. It conquers even depression. I've been very depressed these past few weeks. I find it interesting that I've been incredibly depressed these past few weeks, and I haven't recorded a show with you.
Coincidence.
Do you think? I
Yeah.
think you're beaming rays at me.
Of course,
And you see, you haven't got an answer.
we've also got a year's worth of shows to look back on.
That's true. Let's look back at them now. Wow.
Told
that
you so.
Yes, load of word shows thing. I had 3 glasses of port. Have you noticed this?
I have been counting.
Yes. Anyway. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And incidentally, very happy Doctor Who fan cliche to all of you at home. Yes.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
I may possibly have forgotten something. Over the past few weeks, I've been talking to you about Christopher Thompson and his impeccable impersonation of Patrick Troughton. I'm incredibly pleased to announce, well, not announcing, I'm just letting you know, that he won an award for it. I'm not entirely certain who the award is from. There's
It's an award. Who cares?
Best Actor for AA, whatever that is, for Christopher Thompson for starring as the second Doctor in the Chronicles of the War Doctor. on Eric Busby Presents, which means I must go and find out. Chris really does deserve this award. He's not just impersonating Troughton, he's acting as Troughton. Big difference. He has studied the man. So, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Toodles.